So in this episode, we're going to do a teardown of a Technicolor 4K wireless cable box, basically, used on IPTV systems. This one was brand new. Well, it was a refurbished one. Not new, refurbished, but I hauled it out of the box and it didn't work. In fact, it made a lot of rattling, like I thought maybe this has been dropped or beat up in shipping, but after getting into it to see what went wrong, I think we'll have a different conclusion as to why this thing failed the way it did. Hey guys, I got this 4K cable box to look at today, and no, this one's not going to be fixed because, well, this one's actually brand new. I unpacked it, but unfortunately, listen to this. This one obviously was damaged in transport, and I figured it might be kind of neat to open this thing up because obviously this thing's crap, not even that old, but obviously it got damaged somehow. I figured this one might be a perfect one just to open this up and see what's inside it and what got damaged. This is how it came out of the box. So this does not have a hard drive in it, but it is it's the same chassis that the PVRs use, the same cabinet, but it's a different board. And this is a wireless box. See if I can find a bit to open this thing up. It's a Torx, I think. Yeah, it's a Torx bit. Oh, plastic pieces are falling out already. We'll just lift the circuit board out of here. You see these have an internal 5 gigahertz antenna. There looks like there's 3 antennas in it. Oh, well, that's what's broken off of it. I wonder if this thing actually even works. It's just the big heat sink has come off. What else has fallen off this thing? Looks to be just a big metal heat sink that's come off the Broadcom chip. I'm curious as to whether this thing actually even works, if that's all that's wrong with it. I didn't even try to power this thing up. I see some little plastic clips. I think what happened is, okay, the little plastic clips looks like go through the board and hold this heat sink down, and they sheared off. So I wonder if I can find some of these little clips. There's a spring here too. What the heck is all this stuff? That plastic piece is broken. That's one of the cabinet pieces. Oh, there's a couple springs. These would have been on the these little springs would have been on these little clips, like they used to hold down a CPU to put tension to hold the heat sink on, and they've come off. It sure looks like that's all that's happened on this. Is it must have got dropped or something in shipping, and this it looks like that goes on right there like that. It's held in place by these little plastic pins with springs on them that have broken. Anyway, now that this thing's apart, we'll take a look at what is actually in one of these. This is a Technicolor 4K IPTV box. So some really nice layout on this board. All these little small capacitors. top side of the board. It's based on a Broadcom BCM 725 to SXC KFSB A1G. This is the main processor, the main video processor. This is going to be the Wi-Fi here. It's a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It's got some LEDs on the front too. This one's a signal level meter. Link, Bluetooth record. These ones here are the signal meter. So there's 5 signal meters. These ones will do red and green, and these ones here are just green only. Got HDMI output over here. This is the multi-connector for AV. SPDIF output. Looks like these have, there's a reset button here and a Bluetooth pairing button. I'm just looking to see what's on here. That's optical output. And of course Ethernet port as well. It's got a USB port not enabled, or we're not using it. One antenna over here. Then 2 more on each side. I think what's happened on this, if we look at this plastic here, you see it's turning yellow. I think probably what happened on this is this plastic got brittle, and maybe just the unit being bumped around a bit, because it was in a cardboard box. It was in a multi-pack that 4 of them come in a box. And when I hauled this out of the box, this thing started rattling right away, so I just put it back. I think maybe what's happened on this is that just when this unit was in service at its previous life before it went back for refurbishing, that this plastic has become brittle just from the heat inside, and just being jostled around, being transported, the plastic let go and the heatsink fell off. That's what I think happened on this. Well, I was contemplating reattaching the heatsink and then getting this thing running, but you know, this thing's actually under warranty. This is how it came out of the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this thing back together, put all the screws back in it, and just ship it back and let the manufacturer deal with the problem. Because this was damaged in transport, but technically it's still under warranty. So it's going back to the manufacturer, and they can deal with this. So there, the unit's back together. I'll return it and let the manufacturers figure out what happened with this one. But you know what, I think what the problem that happens on these is that they get so hot when they're operating, is those plastic pins get brittle, and then it didn't take much. You know, it didn't take much of a bounce. Basically, the box that it came in wasn't damaged. Like, it wasn't like the box was crushed or anything. But when I opened up the box and I pulled the unit out, so then I put it back in the box and left it. Oops, little foot fell off there. We'll stick that back on and ship it back to the manufacturer and let them deal with it. Anyway, that's what's inside one of these Technicolor 4K boxes. Not much to them. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one real soon.